singer-songwriter. This is my 20th podcast. Wow, whoever knew I'd make it this far? But I'm enjoying it, and I have more podcasts planned. So this podcast is about Morikami Park in Delray Beach. I have been there 3 or 4 times, and I really enjoyed it when I went. And I have friends that actually have memberships, and they go multiple times a year. There are lots of things to see there. It's beautiful, it's tranquil, it's very relaxing. And if you have any interest in Japanese culture, it has plenty of that. It's a really nice place to go. But before we start on that, I want to tell you about some music. On podcast number 14, I played the first song I ever wrote that had words for you. Because I'm going to play that song at Arts Garage in Delray Beach next week, I thought I would play it for you again. I've taken it down a third, which is a musical term, and actually practiced it a little bit. Whenever I play something in the musical section of the podcast, I don't always practice it very much because I'm getting it done and then going on. But in this case, I think it's a little better than it was when I played it for you before. So I'm going to play it for you again and just let me know what you think. So here it goes. Just Drinking Beer and Smoking Cigarettes by me, Star Smiley. Here we go. Went out to the local bar, laid a token down for pool. Put $1 in the jukebox, then pulled up a stool. I lit myself a cigarette, ordered me a beer. As I looked around, I thought about why I'm here. You see, I used to have someone to love not so long ago. When our love affair was over, it was quite a blow. I thought we'd last forever, but we didn't get that far. Now I'm sitting by myself here in this bar, just drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. Yeah, just drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. Well, I'm trying to drown my sorrows, but haven't got there yet. So I'll just drink another beer and smoke another cigarette. You know, it's hard to be outgoing, so hard to make new friends. When your whole world falls apart, it's hard to start again. Perhaps the hardest part of all is feeling so alone. I guess that's really why I'm here instead of home, just drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. Yeah, just drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. Well, I'm trying to drown my sorrows, but I ain't got there yet. So I'll just drink another beer and smoke another cigarette. Still out at that local bar, I lost that game of pool. Last time I was in the bathroom, someone took my stool. I've smoked a pack of cigarettes, getting drunk from drinking beer, yet still can't get it off my mind. How come I'm here, just drinking beer and smoking cigarettes? Yeah, just drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. Well, I'm trying to drown my sorrows, but I ain't got there yet. So I'll just drink another beer, smoke another cigarette. Yeah, I'll just drink another beer and smoke another cigarette. Let me know what you thought of it. On to the Morikami Park Museum and Japanese Gardens. This road takes you to Morikami Park. This second road also takes you to Morikami Park and a picnic area run by Palm Beach County. This park has a picnic area, rental building, and a playground. Here is the picnic area, which is right off Jog Road, a couple miles in front of the Morikami Museum and Japanese Gardens. Inside the park, which has a little pond on one side, there are plenty of picnic tables covered and uncovered, and grills to cook food on. Can you see the iguana in this tree at Morikami Park? Here it is closer. Can you see it now? This is the front of the Morikami Museum. If you haven't seen it already, from this video, decide if you want to visit it. It's a really nice place to visit. A lizard on the way to the entrance. A close-up of the same lizard. There's plenty of wildlife in here to see. This view is from the stairs coming from the parking lot to the museum's front entrance door. This is a little preview of what you will find in the gardens. You can't hear it, but there is a waterfall at the pond. Here is where you get checked in. The bathrooms are in that right-hand corner, then the theater, the people that answer questions, and a tour group waiting to go out into the gardens. Yes, they offer tours. Photo of museum store or gift store. Photo of the theater. Next in the theater, we will see the 3-minute, 48-second story of George Morikami, which explains this place. This is a fascinating story. If you can't wait that amount of time to learn how this place came about, just fast forward. There will be a plaque briefly explaining this later.
Interpreted at the Morikami Museum and Japanese Gardens. George was born Tsukeji Morikami on November 5, 1886 in Miyazu, a coastal town in the prefecture of Kyoto, Japan. A son of a farming family, he came to the Yamato colony in 1906 at the age of 19.
My first house. I bought the house with a 5 acres. I lived a couple of years.
Sponsored by Mitsaburo Oki, Joe Sakai's brother-in-law, he came with ambitious plans to use the $500 that he would receive at the end of his 3-year contract. He wanted to return to Japan, buy land, and start his own fruit orchard. Although fate had other plans for George. Oki passed away from malaria within a few months of George's arrival. Determined to make it on his own, he decided he needed to improve his English. At the age of 22, he enrolled into a 5th grade class in Eau Galles Elementary School in Melbourne, Florida.
Where I lived, when I went to Eau Galles. But I'm not me.
After studying for a year, he returned to the colony and started a mail-order vegetable business. His business was successful until he lost his savings in the late 1920s during the bank failures due to the collapse of the real estate market. George rebuilt his business as a fruit and vegetable wholesaler. This time, instead of depositing his money in the banks, he invested in land. In 1967, at the age of 80, George became an American citizen. He never married or had children, so he gave back to his adopted country by donating almost 200 acres to the people of Palm Beach County in 1974. Sadly, George died in 1976, but together with his friends, neighbors, and the Palm Beach County Department of Parks and Recreation, George's simple dream took on a new dimension. With the opening of the Morikami Museum in 1977, the main building in 1993, and the Japanese Gardens in 2001, we have a living monument created to build cultural bridges of understanding, appreciation, and inspiration between the two beloved countries of George Morikami.
Morikami wrote in February 1967, I am 80 years old, and yet I plant trees. People may laugh at my foolishness. This is my life's desire, my dream. If I can plant something today, I will have no regrets if I die tomorrow.
George's legacy lives on in the natural beauty and harmony of the Morikami Museum and Japanese Gardens.
here, this is the main area looking the other way. There is room in here for the drummers and the lectures they give. The drummers also play outside in front of the lake. We are now exiting the museum to see the Morikami Gardens. Here's a photo of the map showing you where I am going when I'm walking around in the gardens. This Chai Noa wisdom ring is a replica of a 500-year-old stone lantern that has become the symbol of Mayazu, Delray Beach's sister city in Japan. Mayazu, Japan is where George Morikami was born. This bridge marks the entrance to the Japanese Gardens. Here is the view from the bridge. The main lake is called Morikami Lake. You can already see the landscaping is wonderful and there are a lot of people enjoying this place. I had to take breaks and reshoot a lot of the photos because there are so many people here. To walk all the way around is a little over a mile. Here is a male Anhinga, just sitting in a quiet spot. The colors and textures in here are quite outstanding, so enjoy. There are places to sit, relax, or meditate everywhere. Sometimes trees are in the path. The pathway also winds its way around its surroundings. There are fish down there. I didn't see any Japanese fish or koi. It's likely too hot for them. It is such a beautiful day. Those bubbles are from an aerator working at keeping the lake water clean, and there is the original 1977 museum on Yamato Island. We will be there in a little while. Here is a kodaemon, or ancient gate constructed of Japanese cypress. Here is a little bamboo grove. In Maui, I was in a bamboo grove where it was so thick it was dark in there, and you could hear the bamboo knocking against each other in the breeze. It was really neat. Little ponds are all over these gardens. This one is a little off the main path. It just feels so peaceful and tranquil in here. It also feels how old Florida used to be. A Kersansui late rock garden. Kersansui means dry landscape, and rather than plants, the primary focus is arranged on a bed of raked gravel. I believe this is a lantern, apparently to bestow honor to someone. They are found throughout the gardens. Here is a Hiranawa flat garden. It incorporates a design technique called shaky, or borrowed scenery. Just listen to this next video. People stacking stones. In Japan, stacking stones is a form of worship or gesture that can bring good luck or good fortune. A big Buddha. His name is Hoti. He is the resident god of happiness. And who doesn't need a resident god of happiness? And it is a happy place here. This is the original museum on Yamato Island, beyond that bridge. A photo of some bonsai. Here are some more bonsai. Bonsai are trees or groupings of trees artistically shaped and cultivated in a container. The Murakami's collection is one of 3 that was named at the World Bonsai Friendship Federation Cooperation Center, a designation reserved for the world's best public bonsai exhibits. Photo of an alligator sign. Anywhere there is fresh water, there could be alligators. Photo of original museum on Yamato Island. Let's go out back first. Video of view behind the original museum. It is just so beautiful and peaceful. I could definitely meditate back here. Here is the Challenger Memorial Lantern dedicated to the 7 Challenger astronauts, including Ellison Onizuka, the first person of Asian ancestry to travel in space. At the original museum's entrance is the sign saying that the park, museum, and gardens were dedicated by Palm Beach County on June 25th, 1977. In the middle of the museum is a rock garden. Those little bells symbolize summer, tranquility, and the soothing sounds of nature. When we go into the door of the museum, we find Japanese fashion. In here is also the shortened story of George Morikami. In case you missed the movie at the beginning, in 1974, he donated his nearly 200 acres of land to the people of Palm Beach County. A newspaper article on George Morikami. George was a rich man, but his wealth didn't impress him. He was more into nature. An interesting tree with an actual hole in it. I wonder if anything lives in that hole. You can see the air plants growing on the tree. A tree growing over the water. The two trees framing it also have air plants on them. Some more bamboo. Untitled art. To me, it doesn't look like it fits in here. It looks kind of like a big pill. A view of the main museum. We are making our way back. A gardener's designer's view across the lake of the bridge where the garden started. I thought this shot was kind of pretty. Colorful trees along the pathways. Now let's listen to another waterfall. Let's go in the gallery. Here are a few events that are coming up. A lot of classes, workshops, cultural demonstrations, etc. are offered. This is a photo of some of the season's events. A live theater where people can learn what Japanese life is like in Japan. There are actually bleachers in here. Japanese war brides is a big story. Despite the mistrust of the time, these proved to be fateful encounters for many. These Japanese women that came over here were very brave. The art of peace, where art itself helped maintain the peace. Some art showing what is believed in Japan to be how dragons actually look. The membership booth. With membership, you get a lot of perks. An individual membership costs $60 for a year, and a dual membership costs $95. Photo of the restaurant menu. They feature Japanese food, including hot and cold sake. People ordering food. This bonito box is a sampler of different types of Japanese food. It comes with a fork and, of course, chopsticks. Here is the cafe and the view from the cafe. I really enjoyed experiencing the Morikami again. To me, it is a very spiritual place to go. I feel my soul has been renewed. I know I will be back to visit again. But for now, I have to say goodbye, Morikami. Here's the exit sign, and this is the peaceful single-lane road to get back to Jog Road. Well, that does it for our Morikami tour. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's an enchanting place. If you would like more information on it, call 561-495-0233 or go to morikami.org. Now, what will my next podcast be about? How about our local farm workers and the Farm Workers Council? The farm workers plant and pick the food that we eat. With our immigration issues, how are they faring? And how does the Farm Workers Council help them? So let's see if we can find out. If you haven't already, check out my website at starsmiley.com and start here checking out. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye.